This past weekend, I visited 2 thrift stores and a Rummage sale, and I got really lucky and found lots of vintage fabric and some vintage sewing patterns. So I thought I would share what I got and what kind of fall sewing plans I have in store. The first place I visited was Retails. This is my absolute favorite thrift store. It's local, everything is fairly priced, and the proceeds go to the Humane Society for Southwest Washington. So let's get started with the haul. So first thing I'm going to go ahead and show you is this 1960s brocade fabric I got. Here it is. I think this is so quintessential, like cocktail dress fabric for the 1960s. It has gold, silver, and iridescent thread running all over through it. It's got like paisley and flower motifs all over the pattern. It is so pretty. I absolutely love it. It was $5.99 for 3 yards of fabric. And yeah, that's not too bad. The width saying 40. They're pretty accurate with their labeling. Plans for this, if there's enough, I really want to do sort of a Regency revival dress with this. If it happens, I'm still planning on going to a Regency retreat in January, but I haven't actually mentioned this at all, but I really want all my looks for that event to be Regency revival, kind of like very early 1970s, kind of 60s-ish sort of thing. I have a feeling I'm going to only have enough for a sleeveless dress for this one. So anyway, that's what I grabbed this for. The next one, it's so pretty. I love this. I think it works really well for fall and spring too. Yeah, this is very 1970s. I really want to make a blouse. Oh, sorry about the shaking. I did a terrible job refolding this so I could see the tag. Give me 1 second. I'll find the tag. Okay. Here it is. This fabric I bought for $5.99. It is 3 yards and the width is at 44 inches. Retails prices their fabric for about $1.99 per yard, so that's not too bad. I mean, really, it's not bad at all, because this is vintage fabric that would be pretty expensive if I were to try and buy it from a reseller or eBay or Etsy. So no hate to them, no hate to resellers, but I love when I can find it at a thrift store at a very affordable price. Anyway, so for 3 yards, I'll put the pattern up, but I just bought it and it's a 1970s pattern. The 2 figures that are wearing the bishop-ish sleeve, puffy sleeve situations and the very long paneled skirts. It's very much like Edwardian revival. Absolutely love it. But I think you need about 3 yards of fabric just for that blouse. And so I am definitely gonna go ahead and make that blouse out of this. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing with this. I will fold this up later. So I have this. It's just a really nice dark brown fabric. It's wool. It feels fantastic. It's so lovely. Brown is actually not really a color that I buy a whole lot. It's 4.5 yards of fabric at 60 inches wide, and it's $8.99 I paid for all that. Specifically bought this fabric because I want to make a pinafore. I will put the pattern on the screen that I just bought. It's a 1960s pattern. Next fabric. Okay. I love all these, but I think this one is probably my favorite out of all of them. They're 1950s, 1960s. If someone wants to correct me in the comments, that's totally fine. I would love to figure out, I think it's 1950s. This is beautiful plaid. It's slubby, it's rustic. The colors are actually coming through correctly on the screen, so you get to experience what I'm seeing, and it's so good. It's so good. It's so hard to find stuff like this now in the thrift store. Anyway, it was 2.5 yards at 44 inches wide and $4.99 for this. I have not quite really settled on what exactly, like what pattern, but it's probably going to be a skirt. It is this. It's a 1970s poly crepe fabric. Oh, I love this so much. There is also 3 yards on this, and 3 yards, I bought it for $5.99. This I also would love to make that same blouse that I showed earlier. I will put it back up on the screen, but I definitely want to make the blouse out of this too. But I think this would also look really great with the brown pinafore that I want to make too. So there's that. I absolutely love that too. It's brown, green, golden, turmeric, and blue. It's got paisleys. It's a bit sheer. Yeah, if you can see my hand. I paid, let's see here, wait, 2.5 yards, and it's 45 inches in width, and I paid a total of $4.99 for it. This will definitely become a blouse. Definitely something with like very exaggerated collar for sure. Next thing is this fall fabric. It's so beautiful. It's a polyester, I will insert it in text because it's not coming to mind right now. But anyway, it feels almost like it's probably maybe intended for lining fabric or something. But it's beautiful. It's got like, you can kind of see it's got like an undertone of golden thread, but it's mostly brown. This has got all these fall leaves and flowers on it. I love it. I really want to make a blouse out of it if I could. 1970s blouse. It is 2 yards. And I bought it for $4.99. Next one. I feel like I can definitely wear this for fall. I feel like this is one of like an all seasons type of fabric that would work. It is so soft. It's cotton. It's so lovely. I love this too. That's why I got it. This would be like a short sleeve 1970s top, kind of something similar to this. It's 1 5/8 of a yard, and it is $2.99. Okay, next 3 fabrics. They're actually not super fall, but they are part of the haul, so I'm showing them. First one up is this amazing polyester. It's got a border print on both sides of the selvage. I know the colors are very summery, but there's no way with it being polyester would I wear this in summertime. It would just be way too hot. So this would be like a dress that I would make specifically for winter wear, and I would like wear tights with it, something like that. So probably put up on the screen kind of the idea of what I have for this one. Oh, almost forgot to tell you, there is 3.5 yards, and I bought it for $6.99. Next one is this beautiful cotton fabric, 1970s. It's too bad it doesn't have a date on this, but it says Marcus Brothers Textiles. It's just something that I would love to make like a short sleeve shirt out of. 2 yards in here, and it's $3.99 I bought it for. This is the last fabric for retails that I got. And it is this one. Definitely like not all fall, I know, but I wanted to show you because it's so beautiful. I did do a burn test on this, and it is silk. And there is 1.5 yards of it, and I bought it for $2.49. Not sure what I would make out of it yet, but it's so beautiful. And really quickly, I just want to go ahead and show you the patterns I bought from retails. Feel free to let me know what your favorite fabric is in the comments and what are your fall plans. Okay, next up is the Rummage sale that I went to. It's located just outside of Portland, and believe it or not, I actually went there not for sewing related things or vintage clothes. It was for something else, though it is costume related. So because I didn't go straight towards the craft section, I probably missed out on some things, but that's okay. I've got some good stuff. So let me show you the patterns that I got. Okay, so it is this. It looks just like gunny sacks. Like those shirts, the skirt, very gunny sacks. Anyway, it is McCall's official Bicentennial Wagon Train Pilgrimage to Pennsylvania pattern. When I picked it up, I was like, oh, like that's really cute. It's got like a shirt option with like long sleeve, short sleeve, and then a skirt, right? But then like when I got home and looked at the back, I was like, oh wow, it's a whole lot more than that. That's probably why it's so thick. It's actually the shirt that has the long and short sleeve option, the skirt, and a jumper dress, a scarf, and an apron. Like look, all of those, all these options. That is so amazing. I did pick up just a couple pieces of fabric, not a whole lot, but they are vintage. First up is this beautiful yellow flower fabric print. Oops, here we go. You can see it better that way. Yeah, I know, not very fall, but it's gorgeous. I love it. It's only 1.5 yards, so yeah, figure out at one point what to make out of this. Then I found this one. This is very fall. It's gorgeous. It's very 1970s actually, and the little label, it says 1977, yours truly incorporated, Atlanta, Georgia. And there's 2 yards here. I went ahead and measured this. It's so cute, and this will definitely be a short sleeve shirt, and will definitely be paired with that pinafore that I want to make. For the Rummage sale stuff, I can't quite say how much I paid for it. I bought a few other things and they're kind of big ticket items. Anyway, I paid like $15 total at the Rummage sale, so I'm not quite sure how to quantify it. Next is Goodwill. This will be very speedy. I didn't buy a ton from them. First thing is this beautiful plaid fabric. I can definitely feel wool in it. But it could be a blend, but I have to do a brand test on it actually. But definitely vintage, just can tell with like the selvages. There was 2 yards in here and it was $3.99 that I paid for that. I love this. It's so beautiful. Can you, the color, okay, the color is coming a little bit brighter. It says it's a silky wool, but I think it has acrylic or polyester in it because I did a burn test and it definitely melted, so it's not really wool. But anyway, it feels amazing, and this would be a skirt as well, I believe. Last thing here, I think this is great for fall and winter, but it's just a very basic, beautiful red corduroy. I think there was 2 yards in here too, and I bought it for $3.99. I definitely would like, same thing, a skirt would be great out of it. All right, so thank you so much for joining me in my excitement of reliving the thrill of finding a really good vintage haul this last weekend. If you are wanting to follow along my journey of making vintage clothing, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope everyone takes care, see you next time. Bye. And now it's time for the not so fun part where I need to wash and put away this fabric.